Michael, former Bethesda lead, reckons Starfield 2 will be one hell of a game because the team had the tremendous advantage of Oblivion when making Skyrim. Con Sarin over at Games Radar, former Bethesda designer Bruce Nesmith thinks the only way is up for the potential sequel of Starfield, based on the RPG studio's track record with follow-ups. Nesmith left the story developer in 2021 after working on several of the company's biggest hits, including Starfield and his lead designer contributions on Skyrim. But now that he can play at the company's work from an outside perspective, he told Video Gamer that he's, quote, looking forward to Starfield 2, end quote. Quote, I think it's going to be one hell of a game because it will address many of the things people are saying, end quote. He said, quote, it will be able to take what's in there right now and put in a lot of new stuff and fix a lot of those problems, end quote. The ex-lead points to the studio's other sequels as evidence. Quote, when we built Skyrim, we had the tremendous advantage of Oblivion, which is a legendary game to start with, Michael, which had the tremendous advantage of Morrowind, end quote. He explained, quote, all that stuff was there for us, end quote. And the implication of that Starfield 2, when, and if ever, it orbits back around, can simply build off of the first game. Quote, all we had to do was continue to improve and add new stuff in, end quote. Nesmith said of the studio's other sequels, quote, we didn't have to start from the ground up. If we'd had to start from the ground up, that would have been another 2 or 3 years of development time, end quote. With The Elder Scrolls 6 in development right now and demand soaring for another mainline Fallout, hopes for a sequel to Starfield 2 seem like a faraway dream. But studio head and creative director Todd Howard recently said that the space epic had joined the studio's pantheon of Big 3 RPG series games, hinting that there are definitely plans to expand its universe and in the probably distant future. Michael, what are your thoughts?
I mean, first big one, I think we got to make sure that we at least get an Elder Scrolls 6 in before Starfield 2. I think that is something Bethesda has to do. That demand for that game is absolutely massive. I even agree with the statement you made there in the article, right? I think another Fallout game needs to come before Starfield 2 because, like, I didn't play Starfield, so I'll ask you, Drew, do you want a sequel to that game?
Not right now. No, not at all. Dude, I never even went back for the DLC that you just did with Shattered Space, right? Granted, that went in a horror twist, apparently. So that's what immediately put me off the game. Like, I'm not going into that at all. But it was one of those, I put over 100 hours into the game already. Do I need another sequel? No. Everybody else wants the other games, right? Where's the next Fallout? Where is that next Skyrim experience? Where is Elder Scrolls 6? That's what I'm looking forward to getting to next. Because the biggest thing when it comes to Bethesda, all these games take forever to make. Like, forever to make. Granted, Skyrim now at this point, or Elder Scrolls 6, will be built from the ground up because we're on new tech.
Yep.
So it can't just take from what they've already had when it came to Skyrim and just go, we're going to give you Skyrim 2.0. That's not going to work, right?
No.
So they are building from the ground up, which means we're probably in for 6-7 years of development time. It's going to take forever. Which then, if you take a look at that, then the Fallout, dude, Starfield 2 is what, a decade and a half away.